Welcome back. We have metal. Look at all of these riches. Let's descend down into my madness and I'll explain what happened. Alright. So we're at the bottom of the mine right here. That's how deep I went. As you can see in my little mini map, I am at the copper marking. So this is the copper mine. And this is what it looked like. This is what I was working with. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the way I mine, I have my own technique. I did make a video on it. I'll link that video now. If it doesn't pop up on the screen, check in the bottom. That means I just didn't figure out how to do it. But I'll explain it really quick how I mined, since this is the first time we're mining in this series. So basically, the premise behind the way I find the ore is you want to find the edges of the ore in all three dimensions: up, down, left, right, forward, backwards. You find the edges, and once you get all the edges, then you know the area that the ore is contained, and you would have already found it. Obviously, you would already ran through it, and you have all the edges, and then you just mine it out. So really quick, I'll explain this one time. I came down here. I went this way first, and this pick actually is about to break. Yeah, this pick don't have much life left. So I went this way, and the way to find the edge of an ore is you keep going until you find traces, till you find that last hit of traces. And then you go a little bit deeper after that to make sure there's nothing back there. Then you come back and say if this was the last, which it wasn't here, it was actually further back, because this was the marking of the end. Once you find that, you mark that last piece of that last hit of traces, you count back in 12 spots. And I did that all the way back there, and it turned out that this was the 12th spot right there. Actually, no, I'm wrong. This was the marking for the 12th spot. It was right here. And you do that for every side. So you do it for that side, you do it for this side, and this was the when I counted back in 12, that's where I came to. That means this vein was no wider than from here to here. And it's that easy. And then you do it for all three dimensions. Now, you go up. Okay, so here's where you run into a problem when you're close to the surface. I couldn't really get an accurate reading on the up because it runs into the surface. So for all I know, I went down and this was where the bottom of the vein was, right here. So I knew this was the floor. So for all I know, from the floor straight up was a possibility of the ore being in all that. But I got lucky with this vein because the copper is only in the basalt, not in this stuff. Not in this stuff. I believe this is gabbro, and I think this is granite. This might have been granite. But anyway, you do that for all three dimensions. Okay, I got the up, down, left, right, and the forwards and backwards. Okay, here was the marker for the forward, and then this was just a little oddity. It was an actual hot spring. Was like dead center of this vein, if you could see the markings. And then the back was back here. I had to go around it because it just made life easy to go around it. Here was the marking for the back. So I mined out down here, and like I said, it's only in the basalt, so I didn't even have to bother looking through all this. These are my dimensions. I didn't have to bother looking through there. It's not in there. Found a few pieces in here. I found a few pieces in there. Found a few pieces in here. But now, because we were so close to the surface and we couldn't get an accurate reading on the up, I had to do these tunnels. So we could just take a quick look. It's pretty much the same thing. It's the same thing. I came up here and dug out to the same dimensions of where my markings were. And obviously there was copper in here because that's where the basalt is. I didn't have to look in here. There was some in here. And I basically just kept going up a few levels. You could see there's another level there, and even one on top of that. The very top layer was all granite. It was all this, so that's why I didn't bother going up any further, because there was just nothing up there. I did find a little there, I found a little there, but here in the bottom is where I found the most. Alright, so that's how I mine, and I mined. And as far as copper went, two stacks plus 5. Not the hugest copper vein I was hoping for, because copper is what we really need. But and it was a really spread out vein. It really wasn't clustered tight together, so it was a pain. It wasn't much, but it's a start, and we got it. So I'm happy for that. Now, because this was so close to the surface, that's probably how the vein was. I'm guessing the deeper you go, because this is how TFC always been. The deeper you go, the bigger the veins are. So this was probably a shallow, scattered vein because it's so close to the surface. But it's a start, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'll go show you the cassiterite vein really quick, because that one was a lot different than this. It was more interesting. Alright, here we are in cassiterite heaven. Well, we found something interesting down here. So I did the same thing. I did my markings, and this is a better example here. Made it all the way to the end. There's no more hits of cassiterite. This was the last hit right here. So from here, I counted in 12, and it got me to right here. So my double torch marking, that was my marking. The vein goes no deeper than this marking right here as far as that direction is concerned. And you just do the same thing. You go all the way to the end, find your last hit of traces, count in 12. Now we have one dimension of this vein. It goes from this marking to this marking. Do the same thing that way to that way. Do the same thing up to down. You'll have 3 dimensions. And you'll know that you'll have a cube, and you'll know that the whole vein is contained within that cube. Now this vein was shifted all the way down here, obviously. And it was pretty easy to find. This corridor right here actually went straight through the vein. As you can see, everything on the sides was where I was picking off little pockets of cassiterite, both left and right. And then I went up. Okay, there's another. I went up 2 blocks. There's another corridor straight down. And I have a way up in one of these little holes here. See if I can find it. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. And it's just another straight corridor where I was picking off the cassiterite from the sides. Now I'm still getting readings of large samples. Large samples. So we had the same problem I had the same problem in this vein as I did the other one with the up reading. Because I'm so close to the surface, I couldn't get an accurate up reading. Basically, I could guarantee you that large sample reading is coming from up. So I could go up another I could go up and make another corridor 2 blocks up from there and just go straight down like this, and that's where I'll find that. I could guarantee it. It's just that my pick is pretty much dead, so we got a ton of cassiterite out of this place. And because you can't make pure cassiterite tools anymore, this is going to be using an alloy, so this is more than enough, and it's the copper that we need. So I figured I'd call it quits right here. Save a little bit of my pick. I'm going to head back now. Obviously make a new pick and pro pick so we could continue mining. But what I'm going to make is a saw. I need a saw. Definitely for storage. And I want to lay the floor down on my house. So we're going to get a little busy building today. Alright. I got a bit of a zombie problem going on out there. I actually made it back here, and I figured I'd cook up some vessels and another pro pick mold because I'm running short on inventory space. And it was middle of the night, and I pretty much got invaded by the horde of zombies. But I figured I'd wait till daytime, let them burn up, but of course it started raining out because that would have been too easy. So I had to maneuver around them, sneak my way down here, barricade myself in, and it's time to get busy. The show must go on. Can't spend all day out there messing with those guys. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just make bronze really quick. Now, I don't know the exact mixture. It should be 9 to 10. Well, 9 to 1. And since these are both the same quality nuggets, I'm wondering if I just put 18 to 2. Should that work? Or I could even put 27 to 3. That should work. Let's see if that works. Alright, here's what I figured out. 36 copper and 4 cassiterite. So that's 9 to 1 ratio. That should work, because the 9 copper and 1 cassiterite worked. I'm just going to throw this down. I don't even care about cooking anything else up right now. I just want to do this. I want to have this rolling already. And just light that. And we should be good. Hopefully we get the cassiterite. I mean the bronze. And we'll make pickaxe, pro pick, and a saw. At least. Alright, fire just went out. Let's see what we got. We got bronze. Oh yeah. 1,000 units. Let me see if I could do this. Yeah, that does. Okay, that's so that liquefies that, and we can use this now. Good. Because I was getting tired of that 90% ingot. So we're gonna make a pick. I don't got the pro pick on me. We're gonna make a saw. We need that saw big time. And we can make a bunch of stuff. We got 1,000 units. And oh, I do got the pro pick. Here it is right here. Nice. We are moving forward. Pro pick. Alright, so we're going to replenish our pick and pro pick to keep going for more metal. And now we got a saw. The biggest thing with the saw is chests. So now I have a ton of inventory space. And what I'm going to do with that is, the reason I wanted that pretty bad was to lay the floor down on the house, for one, obviously. And then to store my stuff, because I plan on mining the heck out of all of our all the mines, well, all the ores that I found. Let's look at the map. Oh, let's see here. I'm on none, that's why nothing's showing. Oh, there we go. All. I think what I'm going to do now, and I'll do this off camera. We got the copper, the cassiterite. Those are the two biggest things. I got another cassiterite vein I could hit here. Another copper vein. Gotta hit that copper. We need the copper. Copper there, copper there. And there was another copper up here. Yeah, right there. I want to mine those copper veins. I'll grab the cassiterite. There's another cassiterite. We don't really need gold. We don't really need the other stuff. Limonite is going to be the next step, but we don't need it right now. Magnetite is more iron, I believe. Gold, galena. One thing I didn't mention was when I was mining out this cassiterite, I stumbled onto readings of garnerite. Now, like I mentioned before, garnerite is the most important ore in this game because it's the only way to get to the end tier metal, which is blue and red steel. Because you need the nickel. That's the only way you could get. That's the only way you get nickel is from garnerite. And it was in here I got the readings, so I could find it when we need it. We don't need it now. I mean, that's the last metal we're gonna hunt for, but we know where it is, and that is huge because it took me a long time to find it in the first series. So we have that. Alright, what I'm gonna do is make some chests, and I'm gonna go mine the heck out of some copper and some more cassiterite to secure my flow of bronze. So we have a lot of tools, and we're really gonna get going. The other thing I noticed was, well, look at the date. It is January 2nd. We should be in midwinter here. Well, technically not, but it should be cold. And temperature is at 22 degrees? Yeah, 25 now. It's not cold, pretty much. There's a bunch of temps up there. I don't even know what I'm reading anymore. Bottom line is it's not cold. It's not snowing. There's still vegetables growing out there. The fruit was growing recently. It just stopped. Uh, what I'm getting at is I don't think we're gonna have a winter in this area that we settled in, which is kind of bittersweet. I kind of wanted a winter because it just adds to the game. It adds another dynamic to the game. But the good thing is we just don't have to deal with that. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I kind of like the idea of, snow falling and having to prepare for it because it's playing the game. But we just don't. It's just luck of the draw that we settled here. So that's that. Oh well, I'm gonna make some stuff. Oh, before I even do that, let's do this really quick. I'm dying to see what this wood looks like in plank form. Not bad. Not bad. I actually like it. This could be our floor. If I had a shovel, this would be easier, but I don't. It's like fiery orange, right? Maybe. It could be our floor. Or maybe I'll stick to chestnut for a floor because it's that reddish wood. And then use this for something else. Because this is a nice color, actually. I do like it. I don't know. I'll see. We'll figure it out. Alright guys, a quick detour in plans. Now I'm trying to do this quick. I gotta make a quern. I just reheated up my bronze. And I need a chisel. Oh, you know what? I don't have a mold on me. I need a chisel and a hammer. And I'll explain when I'm done about all the stuff I did around here, which wasn't much, but I made a couple little things. Maybe I should have did them on camera, but I didn't. I just have enough for a chisel and a hammer. So we got to make a quern. I ran out of food. My apple stash completely decayed away. It was gone. The little change in temperature wasn't enough to sustain it. I have a hammer over here. And I kind of panicked a little bit. I was out in the wild and I got attacked. And my energy was really low and my last bit of food was running out. So I ran back. Luckily, I found a stash of beans, which I had it marked on my map, but I didn't mark anything else. So I don't know where any other food is. And I went to get my apples and they were gone. So I said, I gotta think quick here. I did have a lot of this stuff though. Rye, barley, and I turned the other one into grain. And I said, alright, we can make bread. Now that we have we have we could cut wood and stuff with a saw. Would my thing go there? There it is. All right. So what we're gonna do. First step in this process. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna leave this here just to get it out of my inventory. First step in the process, we need to make a quern. To make a quern, we need smooth stone and raw stone. Now I got the raw stone while I was out there. I have a tutorial on how I mine raw stone. I'll link that too. It's interesting. I think it's the quickest way to get raw stone. I would watch it. Now we need smooth stone. Alright, I came over here really quick and I just want to see if I could just pop off 3 stones without having to do the whole thing with this one will pop right off. Having to do the whole thing of the way I mine out mass amount of raw stone. I meant raw stone, not smooth stone. So just looking for more pieces that'll just pop right off. I just need 3. Alright, that looks like it was gonna be the only easy one. Without getting that, I want to leave that. Wait, yeah, we got one over here maybe? Two, and this one should come off. Relatively easy. Alright, good. Wait, whoa, I almost fell. Alright, now we need to make 3 smooth stone and we need 3 raw stone. I am running low on food. I'm hoping that this bread I'm going to make is going to save the day. And to make... I'm actually going to have to change the... I have to change the... Yeah, I can't change the mode. Oh wait, it is changing, but I'm going to have to change the button because it's... To bring up the main map is the same button to change the mode of the chisel. That's micro blocks as smooth. Alright, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time figuring this out. I thought you can... Maybe I just haven't played in a while. I thought you can just turn the block smooth when it's in your inventory. But I guess this is the way to do it. I am out of practice. Why is that still standing there? Oh, great. You could just break it like that. You don't have to pop it off. I see. Alright, that makes life a little bit easier. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why, but I remember you being able to put the block in your inventory and smooth it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Alright, so now we got that. Let's do that. We get the base. Now you take your regular, it could be any block, as long as it's raw. Put that on top. Now we got the top. Now we'll just throw this right here for now. Why's the top? Is it? Oh, you got to put that in there, that's why. Alright, now with that, we could take our grain, which we simply just took your, what you break out in the world, put a knife in it, and you get this funny little tooltip there, don't use me or you will crash. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you can't make bread or you just can't use the actual grain. How do you pull animals though if you can't use the grain? I'm not sure what that means. We're going to find out. So let's take this. Put it in here. Grind it up. And now we got flour. Now we need a bucket, and I'm just going to use my acacia wood here because I don't care. It's all we got. Saw. Now I did a lot of things off camera. You can see I got a bunch more tools. I got my little tool rack here. I didn't know if I should do them on camera or not. I'm pretty sure you could just figure out how to make the tool molds. I don't have to make every one on camera. You also notice I have a full crafting table here. That's something new. And the way you do that is 4 planks make a traditional Minecraft plank, and then you would just take your regular planks and make a crafting table normally. But you can't take the crafting table out of your inventory. It just turns that 2x2 into a 3x3. I don't know if you make another one you could place it in the world, and I know this disappears when you die and you have to do it over, but I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. We need a bucket right now, so that is not a bucket. Alright, this is how you make a bucket. Take the bucket, put it in, get some water, and now this isn't an infinite source of water. You need the blue and red steel buckets. I think it's the red steel where you could make infinite sources. Now, if I would think you do that, no? Alright, there's the problem right there. That's salt water that I grabbed. And you need fresh water. So here's an example of the not infinite source, water source. Oh, you can't even place it now. It used to just drain away. But we need fresh water, so yeah, this is fresh water. There we go. It says it right there, fresh water. Now you can place this, and you get dough. I guess you could get a lot of it, because that was a whole stack of wheat that I had. That's 48 ounces. And that was it. I got 2. That still seems to be kind of cheap. But oh well. And now you just simply take your dough, put it in a fire pit, and that's it. You have bread. So let's go ahead and make one for the heck of it right now. Good old fire pit. I don't want to put it near anything. I don't know if this would catch anything on fire. Really don't have wood to feed that, and it's yeah, right underneath the pouring sky, so I don't know if that was the smartest idea, but that's how you do it. It might be working. Let me throw a piece of wood in there. Oh, poor acacia wood getting used up. Now that I have a real axe, I'm going to... Is it not going to... No, it's not going to work. Alright, but you get the idea. So I'm going to bake up a lot of bread. And really quick, to make the weapon rack or tool rack, whatever, that's it. Then you just pull this off and you could throw it on a wall. And you just click on it with your tools and they stay. So what I'm going to do now is use up all these grains, make bread out of it, give myself a supply of food. I got pretty worried there because I came back here, my apples were gone, my health was low, got into a fight with a baby zombie. Here's my mace that I made, and I did make a bunch of tools out of all that bronze that we made. But the baby zombie was just too quick and he was just whooping my butt. So I had to come back here for food. My apples were gone. I didn't want to... I know there's food out there, but I was really low and I couldn't take the chance. I did come across these beans, which saved me. And like I said, those were the only ones I had marked on my map. So I'm going to cook up all my bread. Then I'm going to go out and mine all this stuff. The original plan. So we're going to get a bunch of copper and cassiterite and maybe gold or some other stuff if I feel like it. Alright guys, here's a quick update before I sign off. I did a little bit of mining. It wasn't the mass amount of mining that I thought I was going to do. But I hit up those 3 copper veins, and actually this is all I got. Not much, to be honest with you. I did hit this rich vein. I don't know how much these nuggets give you. They're probably going to be a lot. But as far as I could tell in a test world, I can't mix this copper with the lesser nugget. So this is a rich nugget, this is just a plain nugget. So at least in the fire pit. I know later on when we get into advanced smelting, you can just mix everything together and it'll be fine. But for right now, I don't think I could even use this. So this is pretty much the copper I got right here. So I'm kind of sweating it out a little bit right now. I made a lot of tools, and they're going fast. I cut down tons of wood here. This is all kapok. A whole stack of kapok over here. And a lot more KC right here. This is for my floor. I just grabbed some sycamore too. I've been digging a lot. So my tools are going fast, and I really want to save the metal for picks and pro picks, because we got to hit a big copper vein pretty soon here. The other thing I want to point out is I don't think that these were really copper veins at all. Well, not true copper veins. What I'm noticing is, like the first vein I showed you, the first one I hit, how it was surrounding a hot spring. I think that's just the way the world generates. You get a hot spring with that certain type of gray stone around it. I don't actually know what it was. I never even checked. And then around that gray stone is basalt, and then the copper is usually in the basalt, because that was how this vein was, the one I showed you. This was exactly the same, and this one down here was exactly the same. So this is really just like a little thing of copper. It's not a true vein. This one up here it's not even copper there. I don't know what I was thinking when I marked that. It must have been a mistake. So we can get rid of these actually, because that's done. This is the cassiterite vein we hit. I did go back to that one and finish mining it out. I got like another stack of cassiterite. That one is done, and this one done. This one up here was just a mistake. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, I already got several revisions planned for this house. I'm gonna probably scrap this whole thing right here that sticks out and then goes down here. I'm gonna make this 2 floors, and I might extend this and put a second floor up here, and maybe I'll leave this or make this 2 floors too. I don't know. But what I'm gonna do next is dig out the basement here. Dig out a basement, because that's where the workshop and stuff is gonna be, and I wanna kinda get that space settled. Nothing permanent, but at least get out from up here. You know, something a little bit more protective and cozy. And then I could lay the floor down too. I do want to get started with building. The walls are going to be glass and basalt, because I think the black will go nice with this. Yeah, it's going to look cool. But it's going to be raw basalt, so that's going to take a lot of mining, and it's not going to get done. I mean, I got to save my picks until I really fall into a nice pot of copper. So that's not going to get done for a while, and it won't get done all at once. It'll slowly progress. But that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to work on this and come back next episode. I should have a basement dug out. I'll use all the dirt to kind of make this a better hill. A better looking hill, at least, instead of it being all odd and stuff. And that's about it. And we'll see what else we'll get done next episode. So come back and join me then. And I will see you next time. Later.